Hello, this is JR, and I just wanted to speak about something I looked at earlier on a particular platform. There was a preacher who was speaking about, in his view, how we as Christians in general have viewed our relationship with God. And what he suggested in the video was that we as Christians have looked at God as He is the judge, He is wrathful, He punishes. There's some kind of punitive type aspect to God that we have become accustomed to. And as opposed to his suggestion that we should be viewing God as more of a physician. He is here to heal. There's the healing aspect of God is the main thing. Um, it is therapeutic. This idea is therapeutic. It's almost as if the model is, he uses the word models. There's the judicial punishment model, and there is the therapeutic or hospital like model. And what he is suggesting is this is the proper way to view God. Um, but what struck me is this is wrong. This is wrong. God is holy. Sin is real. Okay? And when we're looking at how holiness interacts with sin, something has to give. If God is holy, sin isn't. Sin is a contradiction to God's very nature and character. What do we expect God to do? Embrace it? No, God is not going to do that. And so I want to speak today to both Christians and non-Christians alike. And I want to say this. Sin has to be dealt with appropriately. We cannot let sin go unpunished. We don't even do that in the natural realm, so to speak, for the most part. If someone steps out here and murders 10 people, you had better believe we are going to intervene. Now we can get into whether or not the particular municipality or borough or county or city or magistrate, whatever it is, will use the death penalty or life imprisonment or some other form of punishment. But there's going to be punishment, no matter how you slice it. So why would we think in the realm of heaven, God should be different about that? Within ourselves, we recognize wrong. We know that wrong exists. We know it is wrong to rape. We know it is wrong to murder. We know these things. And we seek, in general, to mitigate that with what we hold to be the right standard. And how do we do that? By punishing. That's what we do. So why would we want to try and create some model of God that is contradiction to all reason? So I'm pushing back against this new philosophy, this new theology, I guess, that I'm running across on this particular platform to suggest that we must embrace one or the other, that God undoubtedly must be either a judge and wrathful and vengeful, it is suggested, or loving and kind and caring and therapeutic and always embracing. Yeah, he embraces us, but he doesn't embrace our sin. He is willing and offers acceptance to us as the pinnacle of his creation, but he doesn't embrace sin. And so I think we need to be careful. We don't get to decide what kind of God we want. And we certainly don't know what kind of God we need. God knows. He's omniscient. He's omnipotent. He's all loving. He knows what we need. We shouldn't be trying to create a God in our own image. That's what we're trying to do. With these kinds of new ways of looking at things, we are playing God. We want to be God. And look, someone else had that idea and drew one third of the angels straight out of heaven. That was the great sin. That pride brought Lucifer down. We don't need to allow ourselves to get caught up in that. We're not here to try to dictate to God what he shall be. He's the creator, not us. It's like, I'm going to play a role. I'm person A. I'm person A. And so person A may approach things this way. Well, look, man, I'm a good person. I'm pretty good. If I die today, I'm going to go to heaven. How do I know? Because I know I'm good. I don't hurt nobody. I'm not out here to hurt nobody or do nothing to nobody. Anybody that knows me will tell you, oh yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah, God's not going to judge me because God knows my heart. God knows that I'm good. Me and God are good. We're straight. So, enter that monologue. But how do you know you and God are straight? How do you know that? What standard are you using to determine that? Because you don't like the idea of somebody saying that you are wrong, you just imagine you must be right. And because I'm right, he's good with me. You don't get to do that. It's like playing a video game or something. You may be really good at level 1. You know, like all of us who have played video games, there's sometimes you get killed or whatever, destroyed. And after a few times, though, you figure it out. And then you master level 1. Then you go level 2, level 20, whatever. But we're talking about an entirely different game. God is at level infinity. You ain't there. You barely can figure out what happens here in this realm. How are you going to say what happens up there in that realm? You're going to take your limited mortal understanding at this level. You can barely figure out how to tie your shoe. And you're going to go up here and tell God what is? So you're going to step up into the heavenly realm, as if you would step there. But you're going to step to God and say, yeah, we're good. You're not even going to go up, we're good, right? You're not even going to do that because you have no doubt that you are. And that's a dangerous place to be. So I just want to encourage everyone. Remember who God is. And if you don't know God, please seek to find him. You know, be around people who know who God is. Go to churches, talk to people who you think are Christians so that they can help you with this. And remember this, I was thinking earlier today, here's a text. This is the text for today. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 28, and it says, "Do not fear those who kill the body but are unable to kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." End quote. Yeah, you might be good here in your mind. You know, I'm just a man dealing with another man, another mortal. Okay, yeah, you might be pretty straight. You could be an alpha male. You could be some high value person. You could know how to figure out people. You know how people think, and you can manipulate, and you can get away with stuff. And you've been very successful at it. Don't believe that that is exactly how you're going to behave with God. These people, you may have no fear of them. You may not be able to destroy them, but you're certain they can't do nothing to you either. But that ain't God. You step up into the infinity realm, you're going to get the shock of your lives. So, for those who trust in Christ, be encouraged. All kinds of new teachings are coming out. Do not be swayed by these things. Do not be swayed by antics on the stage, pastors bringing up chairs, bringing up different props, and packaging things very well. These beautiful stages and platforms and PowerPoints behind them. It's like some theatrical thing, and you walk out like it was some kind of performance, and you think, wow, that was a great message for today. That 3-point sermon really hit. When what they're doing is, in large part, they are literally extracting, pulling to the very last nub right out of the scriptural text something, this golden nugget of truth that they're seeking to find, and then they present it to you, and it's not what God intended for you to get from that narrative. Beware of that kind of stuff. And for those who do not yet trust in Christ, please seek him. Please seek those who know who he is. Pray unto the Lord. Get a Bible. Begin to read it. Seek out those who have Bibles and those who believe in Christ. Get to know who God is. And then when you're confronted with things that don't quite jive with your present lifestyle, don't take that as a sign that God is not real. That's just a sign that you're dealing with some other realm you're not familiar with. But keep going after him. Keep seeking him. Keep trusting him. And I pray that you will find him. God bless you.